good evening and welcome to Red Corner Boxing's League Prediction 2 time. And just to let you know, this program is proudly sponsored by EasyStories.com for all your local and nationwide needs to handle your kids with care. And also, Boxing Fight Social Club, proud sponsors of us, and boxing merchandise and obviously clothing merchandise. Check them out in the bios below in the links. Welcome, 20, as usual. The man who always comes to League Two is aid in making the show uh, from 20 Boxing. Welcome, mate, once again.
Thank
So
you, thank you.
let's recap from last week, mate. Let's see. League One winner was Rick for 129 points, 115 for Ash. Ryan coming third with 112. Lee coming fourth with 105. You coming fourth with 107. Lee coming fifth with 105. Jack Hughes coming with 97. And I was pathetically terrible at predicting last week with a paltry score of 90 points. Um, but look, the season has 3 weeks to go, 20, right? It's just me and you here right now. We can talk between ourselves and break these fights down.
Yeah.
It's 3 weeks to go, right? We got to be real. Me and you are not going up. However, we're going to
No.
have fun. We're going to have fun in season two, which starts week ending the 6th of September, and that'll uh, incorporate the new rules. Everyone else bonus points for appearance. All that is going to happen. The strict rules, unless they've got a doctor's certificate note handed in by the DWP, they're not going to get these bonus points anymore. So, we got all that to look forward to, and we're going to have a strong show. And me and you in League Two, because we got League Three starting
Oh
in
wow.
that week as well. So, the leagues are going to be hotting up, pure rotten like, and it's going to get competitive. The boys from League Three will be wanting what we got in League Two, and vice versa in League One. Uh, it's going to get great stuff. And mate, we've accepted our fate, haven't we? But we will plod on, and we
Yeah,
will
I think me and you
never
will do well next season. I think me and you will be like the top boys next season. We'll have a full season as well. We didn't. Neither of us had a full season this season, so I think yeah, I'm just picking through them now, but looking forward to next season definitely.
exactly what you said. Both of us had to come in late to make up League Two. Um, I think I come in about a week before you.
No, a
Um,
week after. Oh,
oh,
it
was
was
it
a
the week
week or two
after?
after me.
There
Yeah,
you
yeah, a
go.
week or two after me. Yeah.
And when you're trying to make up points when you're in that position, you make some dodgy predictions. But that's not going to happen in League Two next season because
No.
it's full on 100% from week one to the very end of December, and in 2026 League Three will begin. But look, let's get back to uh, this week, fight week 16 in League Two. It's 14 fights, 20, and we're going to start off with the WBC Featherweight International Americas title between Omar Trinidad of United States and Lorenzo Parra of Venezuela. For the folks at home, Trinidad is 29-year-old American Orthodox for 19 wins, 13 inside the distance, with the one defeat. Sorry, the one draw, undefeated. He was last out in May with a UD win over 10 rounds versus Alex Espinoza. Lorenzo Parra from Venezuela, Orthodox, 122 pound, which he was fighting at last time, but he has a very decent record with 23 wins, 17 inside the distance for the one defeat. He was last out with a split decision win in August of 2023 with a 9-8 decision. They had to do an extra round over Jaron Woodward Jr. Split decision that was. So before I get to you, 20, I want to pick up everyone in the chat. We got Joshua Heath, predictions for Adelaide and Hugovic. We'll get to that as a wee bonus at the end of this, Joshua. Make sure you keep tuning in for that. Plus 5 points next season for showing up live, 20. That'll be the bonus points. Yes, record says coming up, Josh. We'll do that. We need 20 in League One, says Jams. Well, Jams, the way you're going, son, it might be your place to be taken next season. I want to see a
They're
strong.
waving on the way past to him.
You're right there, mate. Jams, if he nightmares now. I can see it now. Your Jam says I'm in fifth place, bro. Come on, he's doing his best. I have to say, but I get a feeling that the last 3 weeks anything can happen, and the boys could well catch it. Yeah, but we fingers crossed for Red Corner Boxing has representation in League One next season. And Jams, you are the man in that position, and I'm pretty sure you will survive. But let's get back to the predictions here now. 20. I'm going to go to you first, actually. You know, what 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 did you say?
A unanimous decision. I think this whole card, I don't see any knockouts on the whole card, which doesn't help points wise. But I thought for this card, I'll try and pick them right. So I've gone for the Trinidad unanimous decision.
You did indeed. I went for a split decision for Trinidad. I think Para with his record, uh, in the
Just
17
been
off.
out a bit too long, Danny.
Yeah, inactivity, 2 years out of the game. So I think he's good enough to impress one judge. That's why I've gone for Trinidad split decision on that one.
Sure.
Podcast links are live. Welcome, welcome, mate. Trade 20 to League One next season for Jams, he says. We might have to do that. We might have to do that, actually, 20. Trade you for Jams, and then me and Jams can have that race, that competitiveness next season. What do you think, Jams? Let me know in the
I'll
chat. I know you're going to
battle it
be
out.
so horrified at that. Ditto 2020, he says. He takes it well, but it would mean demotion for you, my mate. But getting back to the predictions, you went for a unanimous decision. I went for split decision. Uh, One of our resident professional boxers, Jack Hughes, he's gone for unanimous decision for Trinidad. Rick NB, he's the one you're chasing, 20. I know it's like 31, 65 points, but there's a few variations in your predictions. He's gone for UD in this one also, but we'll find out his later on. Lee, who's in second place, Lee Brown, unanimous decision for Trinidad, and Ryan, Big Rye from Scotland, who's been league leader since League One, Fight Week One, on 1,830 points, has gone for the knockout for Trinidad. So that's where he's looking to extend his lead, or he could be letting you guys close the gap. But let's get quickly on to the second fight. Leaders affair at flyweight between Mizuki Hiruta of Japan and Naomi Gomez of Mexico. Now, Hiruta, she's a 29-year-old southpaw with 8 wins, two inside the distance. He's undefeated. Last out in May with a UD win over Carla Marino over 10 rounds. Naomi Gomez, 26-year-old orthodox with 9 wins, two inside the distance, is unbeaten. Last out in June of this year with a split decision win in the 8th round over Bree Howland. I think this is a real dodgy affair, this one. Now, I'm going to go first. I've gone for majority decision. Red Corner Boxing went for unanimous decision. If I read the comment above that 20 whilst you're driving safely, he says, hell no, I'd love to see 20 in League One, but for whoever finishes in the bottom two, look at that. He will not trade that place for nobody, 20, and he professes to be your best friend. Well, All I can see is all I can see is be careful who you call your best friends. Now,
Yeah.
if we go on to Jack Hughes, he said UD 20. You said
Hiruta UD.
you did indeed, and that was agreed upon by Rick Enby, by Lee, and by Ryan. We're still yet to get Ash Lane's predictions. He's on holiday in Bali. You lucky. Hope you're having a great time. What a life to live. Right. Yes. So the lads are with you mainly. 20 on this one. Hiruta should take it, but Gomez, according to me and Jack, might sneak it. Right. Third fight. Minimum weight 20. Minimum weight. Guadalupe Medina of the United States and Ruby Gutierrez of Mexico. Both youngsters. Medina's 21 orthodox, 10 wins, 2 inside the distance, but she's unbeaten. She was last out in May of this year with a UD win over 8 rounds versus Maria Santizo. Ruby Gutierrez, the Mexican who's 19, orthodox, 5 wins. She's been beaten twice and 1 draw. Last out in May with that 6 round UD loss over Brooke Cibrian, who, if you remember, last week Brooke Ciprian knocked out her opponent in fight week 16. So that result couldn't be as bad as one might predict. So this is a bit of a banana skin again for me, but we'll see. Ryan has gone for a knockout for Majaya. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong fight. Ryan has gone
Yeah.
for unanimous decision. Unanimous decision for Medina. Lee has gone UD for Medina. I have gone UD for Medina. Rick has gone UD for Medina. Jack has gone UD for Medina. But what does 20 say?
This why we need better cards on the fight weeks because they're just sort of pretty one way fights, small weights, no knockouts, no points to be earned. I've gone Medina UD as well, yeah, same as everyone else.
You did indeed. You're quite right. At them sort of weights, the power doesn't seem to be there. According to the
No.
resumes, Medina's got 2 knockouts in 10. Uh, Gutierrez hasn't got any. However, slim pickings, my man, when it comes to these trying to pick 15, 14 fights in these fight weeks in the topology and the box rec schedules.
Yeah,
You
of course.
sometimes getting the results in from China, from other places, they take time. And we haven't got time. We live in an age of technology where we have instant results, whether it's on
Yeah.
TV or by any form of media. We can't afford to wait for these scorecards from obscure places worldwide in the boxing world. That's why I had to pick these kind of fights. But last week, the last 2 weeks, there's been shocks galore. So it's not exactly nailed on, and by the way that all the boys in League One and League Two have been scoring the last 2 weeks, you think, ladies and gentlemen, these boys are complete amateurs because they got so many wrong when all picking
I picked
together.
I picked a draw last week, didn't I? Didn't I get a draw right on one of them last
You
week?
did. That was the week before.
Or
Uh,
was that the week before?
yeah, you did, mate. That 20 point. That was the week before. This is what I mean. It goes so quick predicting
Yeah,
these,
fly, don't we?
and they do fly. There'll be 20 weeks in this season, so it is unpredictable. As Rick on the boxing said, as is life. Life is unpredictable, ladies and gentlemen. Live day by day and expect nothing. Every day is a bonus. Right, let's move on. And we have super featherweight affair between Abel Majaya, sorry, of the United States versus Aston Palikti of the Philippines. Abel Majaya is 22-year-old Orthodox, who wins 5 aside the distance. Last out in May with a UD win over 6 rounds versus Antonio Thornton Jr. Aston selected the 34-year-old Philippine Orthodox 28 wins, 23 by way of knockout, with the 8 defeats and the 1 draw. He was last out in April this year with a third round knockout loss by Anthony Garnica. Right, I'm going to go to the predictions here that we've got, and it's pretty unanimous across the board. I've got Ryan Lee, Rick, and Jack have all gone knockout for Majaya. You, 20, what did you see?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear me. What did you
Yeah,
see,
I've gone for
Majaya?
Majaya knockout.
You did indeed, my man. However, I have gone for a UD. I think this guy takes them the distance. Although the 8-5 looks good on the knockout ratio, he did go the distance in his last fight when he was stepping up in class. And usually you start finding out people's levels once they start stepping up. He still should be maintaining a high percentage of knockout ratio at that weight for me to be coming any good. But it's all about the styles and fights and what makes a fight on the day, doesn't it? Not 20. It's moving on. We got a super bantamweight affair between Angel Carrillo of the United States and Damien Basulto of the United States. Carrillo is 20 with a record of 4 wins, 2 inside the distance, undefeated in a draw. He was last out in December of last year with a UD win over 4 rounds, points win, Joshua Torres. Damien Basulto, my goodness, this is slim pickings indeed. He's 24-year-old American with 3 wins, 1 inside the distance, undefeated though. But he was last out in September 2021. 4 years nearly out the game. UD win 4 rounds, Jesus Osuna. So, when I presented this fight to the lads, Jack Hughes, 20, said split decision for Basulto. What did you say?
Wow. I said a Carrillo unanimous decision.
You did indeed. I was mildly surprised when he said that. When I looked at the others, Ryan said unanimous decision. UD said Lee as well for Carrillo. Rick said UD for Carrillo. I went split decision because I could see where Jack's coming from.
The
I
thing is,
think it's better
the last few weeks though, Jack's just gone against the grain on most of the fights, and to try and gain points. You know,
This is what I
I don't
mean.
believe in his heart of hearts that that's his actual pick.
To be fair to Jack, he is in training camp, right, 20. He has been for last 8 weeks.
Yeah,
Uh, and I can imagine when you're in that scenario and Mr. Neutral Jams is throwing over predictions, you're in the middle of camp, you're doing your shadow
yeah,
boxing, you're going, oh, right, I've got to do Trinidad and Para. Just wait a minute, Jams, I'll be right there, son. And, you know, and he has to do it very, very quickly.
yeah.
So I can see what he's doing, but however, he does need to get points. He does, and I do the same. I've done the same. And mate, you are the draw king when it comes to
Ah, yeah,
predictions.
yeah, of course, yeah.
And of course, I've no doubt this week there's another one. But
Oh, yeah,
so if that's that prediction. Everybody UD. I went split decision. Jack Hughes went split decision the other way, and we're still waiting for Ashley. Let's move on to a super featherweight affair between Muhammad Yakubov of Tajikistan and William Foster III of America. Now, Yakubov, he's a southpaw, he's 30 years of age with a record of 22 wins, 12 inside the distance for the 1 defeat. He's on no draws. He was last out in December last year where he retired Zafar Papayev in the 4th round. William Foster, 31-year-old Orthodox with 19 wins, 11 inside the distance, 2 defeats. He was last out in April with a UD win in overtime rounds versus Brandao Benitez. If I go to myself first in this one, although Foster was for me hasn't got quite as an impressive record, I still think he presents a problem to Yakubov, who's moving up in levels, still the southpaw. So I've gone for split decision for Yakubov. Rick has gone for split decision Yakubov. Ryan has gone for majority decision Yakubov. Lee has gone for UD Yakubov. Jack Hughes has gone for UD William Foster III. 20, you said.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you. I think William Foster's there for the stay, like, but I just think Yakubov will just be too busy. Just, he'll just look better. That's why I've gone with the Yakubov unanimous decision. I think he'll just
Okay.
win the majority of the rounds quite
I have,
comfortably.
I have to agree. I have to agree. Right, let's move to a super lightweight affair between Starling Castillo of the Dominican Republic up against Shenard Bunch of the United States. Now, Castillo has got a record of 19 wins, 13 inside the distance for the one defeat, the one draw. For his 26 years, he's last out in March of 2024 with a split decision win over 10 rounds versus Jesus Saracho. Shenard Bunch has been out even longer. He's 26, orthodox, 21 wins, 17 inside the distance with the two defeats and a draw. He was last out in August of 2023. Oof, a knockout win in the second round versus Abraham Aful. Now, two guys relatively inactive. 6 months inactivity between them. To the day sort of thing. I would suggest this is not as easy as people have made out to be. If I go to League One, for instance, it's across the board for Castillo, and I mean it's across the board from UDs to split decisions to a majority decision. But in League Two, the guys have gone for something completely different. Jack Hughes has gone for the knockout for Shenard Bunch. I've gone for the UD win for Shenard Bunch. Rick has gone for the majority win, Shenard Bunch. Lee and Ryan have both gone for Castillo to win, but Ryan has gone for the knockout, which he's looking to extend his run. But I think that's a bit ambitious for Castillo here. But however, 20, what have you said?
Yeah, I think I've gone in between all of yous then. I'm happy that it was like a bit of 50-50. Some going with Bunch, some going with Castillo. I'm going with a draw. It's going to be another 20 points for 20 this week.
Boom, boom! There it is. The draw master is here, the draw king, and he's thrown in a very good fight that could well. I think there's a few others in this card that could well be a draw,
Yeah,
20. They wouldn't
yeah,
surprise me.
definitely.
Red corner boxing win for Castillo UD, NYW. You'll never walk alone. How Liverpool family always tunes in. Salute to you, sir. And don't be sorry. You're at work. Work and real life comes first. Trinidad knockout. Herito UD. Medina split decision. Mehi knockout. Coelho UD. Foster split decision. Loving it, mate. Uh, and yes, thank you and welcome to the show. So, right, let's move on to the next fight. This is a middleweight affair between Marquez Valley of the United States and Luis Georgia, or Georges of Dominican Republic, both for 29. Valley, the Orthodox, 10 wins, 7 inside the distance with the one defeat, last out in April of last year, with that split decision lost over 10 rounds versus the very handy Damian Sosa. Luis Georgia Georges, 12 wins, 10 inside the distance. That's handy. Unbeaten. Last out in December last year with a TKO win in the second round versus Angel Arias. Now, again, I have to say that League One, they are ruthless in the one-sidedness of this fight. However, so is League Two. So without further ado, Ryan went for the knockout for Valley. Lee went for the UD. Rick went for the knockout for Valley, as did Jack. 20, what did you say?
Yeah, I went for a Valley UD as well. This is another one that could have been a draw that I could have gone with, but I went for the Valley UD in the end.
You did indeed. I tell you what, mate, I like that 12 with 10 knockout ratio for Louis George. He
Isn't
was
he
last.
moving up? Isn't he moving up weight though? If I
Uh,
remember from when I was doing the
you know
prediction.
what? I haven't got it noted down. He may well be
Yeah,
doing, mate. Yeah, he may well. I know he was moving up earlier on that I noticed was Parat in the first prediction. He was moving up from
right.
super bantamweight with a great record of 23 wins, 17 side distance, and a draw. This guy moving up in weight with 12 wins, 10 inside distance. And Mark Valley, who's been beaten once last time out in no less than April of last year, hence a 18-month absence from the ring. And this guy's he's had a 9-month absence out of the ring, but he's off back of a win in the second round knockout. So I'm going for Louis George by knockout. There you go. The only
Okay.
one to give this man any flowers, I might add, this week. Right, moving on. And I incorrectly named this fight as Gary Russell Jr. to the lads in the prediction. My apologies. It's actually Gary Antonio Russell of the United States here at this bantamweight affair against Dovin Rodriguez of Venezuela. Now, Russell's 32 with the 20 wins, 13 aside distance to the one defeat. He was last out in October last year with a knockout win over 6 rounds. He knocked him out the fourth. Jaden Banayas Rodriguez, the Venezuelan 28-year-old Orthodox, 11 wins, 8 inside the distance with the 2 defeats and the 1 draw. And he was last out in April of this year with a loss in the 10th round by TKO to Yila Vasquez. Now, again, it's one sided in League One. So one sided. What does League Two say? Well, 20, let's start. You start them off. What did you see for
Yeah,
League Two for this one?
I've gone for a Russell KO on this one, but I think this will be a good fight. I think they'll both stand in the middle and trade, and it'll be a good fight. One of them's getting knocked out.
I have to
I've
agree
gone
with
with Antonio Russell to knock Rodriguez out late.
Yes, yes, and I have to admit the Venezuelans are rather, in typical South American Latino style. They don't like running around the ring. They like to stand there, engage, getting on the inside, start working the body and coming upstairs. It's beautiful work and they're covering up. I love that South American style. They just want to hurt the body, and the face with those hooks and body shots. Absolutely tremendous to watch. Going back to the chat, thanks Neutral. Tell Jams he still owes me 20 quid for Johnson beating Metcalf. Got got to get back to work to see again soon. Well, salute you first. And if that man owes you money, pay the man, Jams.
Pay that man his money.
He's come on live, mate. It's terrible. Don't make him do it. Hawkins, Loopy Contreras is MC of the Pro Box TV card in Plant City. Big up, Loopy Contreras. We love that man. He gave us a shout out, but so he did 20. As did, some
Yeah,
of the other greats there. We had some great shout outs this week from boxes across the world. And we truly appreciate it. Big up Christian Schmidt for all his work out. Big up Roy Jones Jr. He gave us boxers giving Red Corner Boxing a shout out is wonderful to watch, and we
Love
reposted the shit out of that.
it.
Red Corner Boxing, I will always do. Good, you. Don't give us a bad name, mate. I'm only joking. You do it. Jabbit Boxing, Evening Hawkan, and everyone else, welcome to you, Jabbit. Great man. Red Corner Boxing, big up Jabs. That's right. Our Welsh compadre over there. Right, let's move on to the next fight, Zanny. It's the main card. The main card of this weekend coming up, and we all know it's Moses Atuma versus Dillian White card. But we're not going to start with that fight. We're going to start with the co-main event, which is the WBA featherweight affair between Nick Ball of Great Britain versus Sam Goodwin of Australia. Nick Ball, the 28-year-old orthodox with 22 wins with a 13 inside the distance. He's unbeaten with the one draw. Last out in March of this year, where he retired TG Doheny in the 10th round. Sam Goodwin, the 26-year-old orthodox, has been moving up from super bantamweight. I do believe, if I'm wrong, correct me on that, chat, please. He's 26, orthodox, 20 wins, 8 inside the distance, but he's undefeated. Last out in May with a UD win over 10 rounds versus Cesar Espinoza. If I kick off this fight, League One, it's Nick Ball, all Nick Ball. League Two, again, it's all Nick Ball. And this is the danger we fall into, gentlemen, with these prediction leagues. But Nick Ball is super, super. We have to back him. Do you know why? 20, do you know why?
Why? He's a Brit.
37
Both
no,
Brits.
the fact he's a Brit, right? If Goodwin wins this will be the first time in 37 years that United or Great Britain has not had a world champion year after year going into the new year. So if that happens, he'll break a great tradition going back to 1988. Incredible stuff if he loses that. And the damage to British boxing, well, no, I don't know where that could be. It could be horrendous. Or it could be what the kickstart British boxing needs. I don't know, because in 2014 we had 15 champions. 15.
Wow.
Now we got
How the
nothing.
tides turn.
Now we got one male champion, right? We've got British female champions. Bless them. Thank God we've got them. But we haven't. There he is. You just woke up, pal. You on the oil rig there?
Mate, honestly, I've been at work. I finished late and I completely forgot. I got in the shower, had a bit of dinner, and I've just literally gone on Twitter and just seen the link. I was like, oh my God, I've completely forgot. But apologies, but really seriously, sincerely apologies. I didn't mean to do that.
Don't be daft. We've had a great time. Don't you worry about that. I'm glad the camera's up a bit. If you can just go up a bit, I don't want to be seeing your naked body on this show tonight. Welcome to the show anyway, mate. I've been through your predictions as we've gone along. We're at the Ball Goodwin fight. Rick, you went for UD. Lee went for UD. Ryan went for a knockout. 20 went for a knockout. I went for a knockout. And Jack Hughes went for a knockout. Can you explain, as the only UD man here, why you think Goodwin lasts the 12 rounds?
Is that me?
Yes, mate. Sorry to put that one on you, like.
No, that's okay. Genuinely, I just think he's undefeated. I think he's quite skillful. He's going to be hard to pin down. I know Ball is a come forward fighter, but it's just a concept unknown. I'm not quite sure. I don't think Ball carries immense power. So I just think it's going to be. It could be a late stoppage, but I've gone for a UD anyway.
Yes, you did, mate. You did. I like your reasoning. I just wonder if Goodwin could take that pressure that way for 12 rounds, constantly trying to keep him on. We'll see. We'll see.
Body shots will get to him in the end.
These are the reasons. But to be fair, Rick, to be fair, 1, 2, 3, 4 in League One agreed with you. So 4 out of the 9. You're not alone,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. Moving on, we got 4 fights to go, Rick. Right? This is the super featherweight affair between Raymond Ford and Abraham Nova, both of the United States. Raymond Ford is 26-year-old southpaw with 17 wins, 8 inside the distance from the 1 defeat and the 1 draw. He was last out in April with a UD win over 10 rounds versus Thomas Matisse. Abraham Nova, 31, orthodox, 24 wins, 17 inside the distance. He has got 3 defeats and the 1 draw. He was last out in June when he retired Jaman Maraz in the 3rd round over 8 rounds. Now, let's see about this one. I went for unanimous decision for Ray Ford. I think Abraham Nova is highly experienced and he will not let Ray Ford bully him or let him, tee off as much as he wants to. He'll deny him range, he'll deny him power. So in that sense, I still think that the shots that Ray Ford could get in will actually, those shots do get in and overall will take the prize at the end of the day. Jack went for a knockout as well. 20, what did you say?
Yeah, I went for the Ford knockout. Mainly just points wise, really. I think I do agree with you. I think it could go the distance, but I'm just hoping that Raymond Ford just wants to put on a bit of a show where it is, the card it's on. Do you know? That's why I've gone for the knockout. I think he could try and put on a bit of a show and just try and stop him.
Okay, Ryan actually agrees with you, the league leader. Lee has gone for unanimous decision as well. What I said. And Rick, what did you say?
I've gone for a Ford UD.
You did indeed. Ford by unanimous decision, as did I. Right, moving on to a heavyweight affair. And this is the headliner between Moses Atuma and Dillian White. All British affair. Young versus old. Moses, 20 years of age, southpaw. 12 wins, 10 inside distance, undefeated. Last out in May with that win over Mike Belogan in the 2nd round with the watch along. Very short. Dillian White, 37 years of age, orthodox, 31 wins, 21 inside the distance, only 3 defeats at elite level. Last out in December where he retired Ebenezer Teta in the 7th round. So what did you say for that one, Rick?
I mean, I've actually gone for Atoma KO.
Yeah.
But I can see it going the other way also. I do think Dillian White could possibly test his chin. And it is the heavyweight, so you just never know. But I do think that Atoma's age and strength is going to be a bit too much for Dillian White.
Quite agree. 20.
Yeah, I just thought everyone was going to go for Atoma on this in both leagues. So I thought if I go for the Dillian White knockout and it does happen, I'll be able to lord it over you all and say, what do you know about boxing? You know nothing. You know nothing. But yeah, so I've gone for the Dillian White knockout. I think,
Wow.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than everybody thinks. Dillian White's going to get right on top of him. He's not going to let him. He's not going to let him settle. But that age gap as well is it's a bit of a killer, isn't it? But Dillian White's looking good. I've been watching all the stuff on Red Corner Boxing. All the reels and stuff on there, and Dillian White is looking fresh. I think he's up for this one. He realizes that this could be the end of the road if he doesn't put up a good fight. So even if he gets beat, I feel like as long as he can put himself in the fight and sort of test the Toma. You know, there could still be some good fights out there for Dillian White and still get some monies in his pocket. So we'll see. Looking forward to it. Make sure you check Red Corner Boxing out as well because there will be watch alongs for all this card. So make sure you're there for the watch along. Get involved.
He's absolutely correct. And thanks for that, mate. You know, I think there's two punches in this fight. There's going to be a check left hook from Dillian White, which could end the tumor. And then there's the uppercut. Then there's the uppercut, Rick.
There is, yeah.
That has ended Dillian White in his 3 defeats.
I just think if he gets through the first 4 rounds, he's got a very, very good chance of doing it. I think that Atoma could get, he's what do you call it?
Stamina.
Stamina, that's the word. Yeah, sorry, I'm so tired. Like mine's just blank. But yeah, his stamina. Honestly, if his stamina could get tested in this fight, and I just think if Dillian White gets past the first 4 rounds, it could be trouble for Atoma.
Yes, and you know, being the highly experienced fighter that he is, I feel that the keys to victory here is to deny the left hand of Moses Atuma. He's to deny the range. He's to spoil him.
Frustrate him, just
Spoil
frustrate him. You know, don't let him have his own way. Frustrate him. You know, keep holding him. Keep weighing him about, pulling him against the ropes. You know, Atuma will get frustrated. He'll have this thing in his head that he's got to go and knock him out, and he can't do because he can't seem to let the punches go. And every time he does try, he's on top of. That's the game plan that he's got to have to. If he tries to just, which he won't do anyway, it's Dillian White. He's not going to try and box with him, is he? You know what I mean? But if he can frustrate him and make it, make it look sloppy. Atoma starts panicking, thinking, I need to look good because of the card I'm on. It could go Pete Tong for him.
You're very correct because there's 3 factors that are pretty unknown about Moses Atuma: the chin, the stamina, and the resolve. When he's been taken to the trenches, when the knockouts don't come, when he has to rely on IQ, these are the questions that Atuma hasn't been asked yet.
Yeah. He's got a good corner though to keep him calm, and they'll have a game plan. They'll know what Dillian White brings. It's not like it's an unknown with Dillian White, is it?
Yeah, I may see a beveled style at heavyweight, not quite in the same energetic level, but maybe Moses could be on his feet a lot more in and out, and just start picking off Dillian, who's a lot slower at range. He's got Dillian when he's getting his jab off, is great, but Moses is quick. He'll defend well, and
he's strong. He's a strong boy as well, isn't he?
As well. So there's a lot of factors remain to be seen. I get why 20 you've gone for the knockout because of that check left hook. It's an absolute weapon. It really is. And as I said, Moses is untested with his chin. Maybe he only needs the 1 out of the 3 to test it. Right, let's move on to the penultimate fight on the card at heavyweight. This is Filip Hrgovic of Croatia versus David Adeleye of Great Britain. I keep saying want to see United Kingdom, but it's Great Britain, right? And the United Kingdom. Now, Hrgovic is 33, unorthodox with a record of 18 wins, 14 decided distance for the 1 defeat. Last out in April. With that, UD went over 10 rounds versus Joe Joyce. Adeleye was out in April as well, with his record of 14 wins, 13 decided distance, and a defeat. We know why. He had a TKO win over TKV in the 6th round, rather sneakily, we might add. Remember that? So, if I start off with the other lads, I'll finish with us 3 last. We got Hugovic knockout, says Ryan. Hugovic knockout, says Lee. Jack Hughes says majority decision. Ash is yet to predict. What did you see, Rick?
You know what? I really struggled with this one, but there's just so many different outcomes I feel for this fight. There's something in me that's now telling me Hrgovic KO, but I've actually gone for a Hrgovic unanimous decision. But in the same way, you could even see Adelaide even knocking him out early. So I don't really know. But I'm going to go with Hrgovic UD anyway. I think that's the safest bet.
You did, and that is the sensible bet. Going to the bookies, making a bet as such like that. However, the league leaders have gone for the knockout for Hrgovic. They see that knockout style being too much for David Adelaide. However, Jack Hughes has gone for majority decision for David Adelaide. I went for David Adelaide knockout. I think he's going to start Hrgovic. I really do. I think he's going to start him. Don't know why. Don't ask me why. There's no actual boxing justification or merit.
It could happen.
But again, I need points, and that's the way I'll justify it because I want to catch 20. And 20, round it off, you pick.
Yeah, I don't think. I just don't think Adelaide can stop him, but I think he can. I think he can outbox him for many of the rounds. That's why I've gone for an Adelaide split decision, maybe even a bit of a dodgy decision. Gets the split, and some people was like, maybe not. Maybe Adelaide didn't win that fight, but
I don't know about in Riyadh though. I'm not sure he'll get a decision in Riyadh. I think they'll go with Hrgovic. I think out of the two.
Do you think? Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think?
like I said, I just don't. I think it's going to be a horrible fight as well. I think there's going to be lots of clinching in this fight.
Yeah.
I don't see this as an exciting fight, but yeah, I just think David tires out quite a lot as well. So that's why I'm coming to a KO at the end of the fight. But I just think the safe decision really is a UD. But I can't see David winning it. I really can't.
Yeah, after his last fight as well, I think he's really got to prove himself in this fight. Otherwise, we're dropping down a few levels.
But the thing is, lads, we're safe because Rick, if I look at the points, 72 points to promotional places, with 3 weeks to go. By the way, we're looking for League 3 contestants next season who can commit to 16 weeks, actually, in Season 2, up until December, the end of December, the start of 2026. So if you're interested in joining Red Corner Prediction League in League 3, drop a line to either myself or Jams on either Instagram, X, or TikTok, wherever you may be. Facebook, it's all there, Red Corner Boxing. And register. There's prizes galore and the competitive spirit that Red Corner Boxing brings to these prediction leagues. And now we're going to go to the last fight of the card in fight week 16 for us here in League 2. And it's a super featherweight affair between Haito Susumi of Japan and Cash Ashfaq of the United Kingdom. Now, Susumi, the 26-year-old Japanese lad, he's unorthodox with 7 wins. 4 inside the distance. He's unbeaten. He was last out in May with a third round TKO win over Jaime Abaleda. Cash Ashfaq, 32-year-old Southpaw. I don't know why I said that. Last out December of last year with his 13-5-3-1 record, with a draw against Levi Giles. Do you remember that, guys? Cash Ashford drawn with Levi Giles. So he can go the distance, Ashford, but can he go the distance with Sumi? Well, League One, nobody has given Cash a hell's cat and hell's chance. And I can quite confidently say That is going to continue in League Two. So if I go to Ryan, Lee, myself, Jack, we've all gone for the knockout. Sumi, 20, what did you say?
Yeah, I think this is probably the easiest fight out of all the fights we've had to pick this week. I've gone for a Sasumi knockout as well. Early, I think, as well.
You did indeed in 20, round it off.
Rick, round it off.
Sorry, Rick, round it off, mate.
Yeah, no, I've gone for Tatsumi for UD. I don't really know this guy too well, so I've just kind of guessed this one, really, to be honest.
Okie dokie. He's only stopped 4 of his 7 opponents, so the UD is not, unreasonable. Well, look, guys, that's fight week 16. Good luck for this weekend. 3 weeks to go, remember. We look forward to season 2. Join us for that, people. Don't forget, like and subscribe to Red Corner Boxing for all your news, reviews, and everything that's going on in the boxing world. We're on it 24/7 here at Red Corner Boxing. Thanks to 20, thanks to Rick for joining us once again.
Apologies.
Good luck this weekend. Don't you worry about that, mate. It's just a pleasure having you. Good luck
Better
this
late than
weekend.
never.
All your content, everything you're doing out there, guys. Have a blessed weekend here at Red Corner Boxing. We are sponsored by EasyStorage.com for all your local nationwide needs. They handle your goods with care. And Boxing Fight Zone, our proud new partner sponsors, who with their merchandise. Look at that: Canelo's Corona, Crawford's Crown. What was the other one, James? I can't remember now. There's 3 of them. Absolutely fantastic merchandise. Check them out in the bio. Check them out on X. There you go, the greatest. So, from me, Mr. Neutral, I'll see you next week for fight week 17. Good luck, gentlemen. See you soon. Bye bye.
Take care.